Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Los Angeles Lakers Flashback rebuild here on NBA 2K22, and we are in a mourning process. If you guys missed the last episode, episode number 12, season 12, at the end of that episode, I made a very, very tragic and crucial error in terms of our roster. I made the dumb mistake of misunderstanding what the bird rights meant. For some reason in my stupid, and I knew this going into the free agency period. For some reason, it did not ever register until after it already happened. But when we went into the free agency period, we had bird rights on a certain Stephen Curry, a certain Stoof Curry. He was going into free agency, he was going to need to make a lot of money, and we were going to have the money to pay him only because we had the bird rights on him. Now, the bird rights, they allow you to be able to pay a contract to a player even when you don't have the necessary cap space to pay that player normally. But what I thought they were, for some stupid reason, even though I knew that wasn't how it worked, I thought it was like restricted free agency, where whatever team offered him a contract, it would let me know, and then I'd be able to match whatever contract they offer him, and then he would come back to the Lakers. That's not how it happened. He was unrestricted. I could have easily just put in an offer with the bird rights, and he would have probably most likely 98, 99% certainty would have signed with us. I didn't even throw him an offer because I was waiting stupidly for a restricted offer that was never going to come. And he signed with the Dallas Mavericks. So we don't have Steph Curry on the roster anymore. We don't have a good point guard. We do have a good point. I moved Kobe to point guard. But this is what our rotation's looking like now. Kobe's playing point guard. Gail Goodrich now jumps into the starting rotation as the shooting guard. Still have LeBron, still have Durant, still have Evan Mobley. The team's all the same. I brought in Patty Mills. But the team is all the same. We re-signed Tyreek Evans because I think he's a very good backup small forward, getting buckets off the bench. Everybody's the same except for no more Steph Curry. So this year's draft class, I'm really banking on the fact that we're going to need to have a point guard in this draft class that we are going to want. Now, in terms of draft picks, this is the 2034 season. We have 2 draft picks in this class. We have the Mavericks pick, which, funny enough, is where Steph Curry's at right now. And we have the Suns pick. And then next year we have 2 more with our pick and then the Mavericks pick. And then in 2037 we have one. We don't have one in 2036. And then 2038 we have one. So that is the situation we are sitting at right now. 2 first-round picks this year. But I'm not 100% sold on Evan Mobley. We could, depending on what this draft class is that we spin and get in the wheel, we might trade Evan Mobley for some first-round picks and get a new center. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's safe. I'm not saying that he's going to get moved. It's kind of 50-50 right now. I love Evan Mobley. I think he's a very good player. We could certainly move him to power forward, move Durant back to small forward, and actually that wouldn't work because we have LeBron too. I don't know. Maybe we move on from Kevin Durant. I don't know. Who knows? He's been here since he was a rookie. He's won us 2 championships, been a part of 2 championships, and he's probably the reason why we got swept in the conference finals last season, because he got hurt. He hurt his knee in the conference finals, and he got hurt in the second round, and then he didn't play at all in the conference finals, and we just didn't have enough firepower to take on whoever we played. I forget. But that is a little bit of the recap of what has gone down so far in this last episode. This is episode number 13, season 13, and we are taking on the wheel spin now. It is time for the wheel spin. We got the 1978 draft class, which is Larry Bird's, and now we are going back in the time machine to get 1997. So the year after Kobe and Allen Iverson and all those guys. Okay. Who's in the 1997 draft class? Is that Tim Duncan? Is that Timmy D's draft class? I'm not 100% sure whose that is. 1997. Okay. Let me go into the prospect scouting and find the 1997 draft class. I'm happy that we're getting a nice wide range of draft classes. We've gone from most current, which is like Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, all those guys. We've gone from that draft class. We've gone to 1978. We've gone to Wilt Chamberlain in the 60s. I mean, or it was the 50s. I can't even remember. But we've gotten a nice wide range of players and nice wide range of draft classes. But who's this 1997 draft? Oh, this one has 1297. Is there one that has a lot more? No, we'll check this one if the other one isn't good. But we'll check this one first because it has the most. Who's the 1997? It is Tim. I thought it was Tim Duncan. But who else is in this class? So we got Tracy McGrady, Tim Thomas, who I don't know who Tim Thomas is. But is he a real person? Let me quickly. I don't think Tim Thomas is a real person. I would feel like I would remember who Tim Thomas is. Let me just Google him real quick. Tim Thomas. The most notable Tim Thomas is a hockey goaltender. Okay. Let me check NBA Tim Thomas. Oh, he does exist. Yeah, he was pick 7 in the 1997 draft class. Okay. So Tim Thomas does exist. He played for Chicago, the Knicks. He played for the Suns. He had a decent career, it looks like. Didn't really do much, I don't think. Okay, so Tim Thomas does exist. I'll put up a picture on screen so you guys can see what Tim Thomas looks like. But he does exist. Okay. He was pick 7. And then you also got Chauncey Billups. We got Keith Van Horn, Antonio Daniels, Andrew Hayes, Derek Anderson. Okay, so this isn't a crazy draft class. There's some decent guys. Steven Jackson down here a little bit later. That's good. Okay. Nothing crazy. Is this the Steven Jackson that played for the Spurs? Let me check and see when he got drafted, because I'll change his scan to make it look more like Steven Jackson. Let me just make sure this is the right Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson was drafted in 1997. So this is Steven Jackson. Okay, so I'll cut after we get done, like with the whatchamacallit, like after you get done recapping everything and we start simulating, I'll come back to this and I'll change Steven Jackson, make him look more like Steven Jackson, so that we know that's him. But this is the top 4 class right now, it looks like. I mean, I guess Tim Thomas in this universe could turn out to be something at small forward. He's 6'10", 230. He doesn't seem too bad, I guess. I mean, he can shoot a little bit of a 3 ball, more of a mid-range guy. Nah, maybe he won't turn out to be I don't know. You never really know. I mean, Jalen Suggs is like a 90+ in this universe, so who knows what's going to happen. Timmy D, Tim Duncan, Old Man River, and Tracy McGrady. Okay. There is a point guard in this class, Chauncey Billups. That's good. And there's also a big man in this class, in Tim Duncan. So if we could draft Tim Duncan and Chauncey Billups, we could trade Evan Mobley, have Tim Duncan play center, and then get some more draft picks for Evan Mobley. I don't know. It depends on what we can do. Depends on what happens. We got to also see how good the Mavericks and the Suns, was it the Suns we have the other draft pick for? Yes, it is. So we have to also keep an eye on the Mavericks and the Suns. Mavericks especially, to see how Curry does. But with all that being said, it's time to simulate to the All-Star Draft. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm having so much fun recording it. It's so much fun to inject like these different draft classes and try to build a championship team and a dynasty throughout different eras and stuff. So combining all these different guys together, I just feel like it's so much fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. But with all that being done, it's time to simulate. Hope you guys are having fun. If you are, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Main channel link is always in the description if you want to go check out the main channel. Let's go to the All-Star Draft. We're back, and we are at the All-Star Draft. Currently second in the conference. We've kind of struggled a little bit. We're a game and a half back behind the Rockets. The Mavericks are 27-27, so Curry finally being on his own. Actually, I don't even know if he's on his own. Is he by himself here? Yeah, I guess he's got Bob Love and he's got Dick Van Arsdale, but basically by himself. How's he playing? Is he averaging? He's got 24 points, so he's averaging about the same as what he was in year 3 of his career here in LA. Doing okay for himself. But we are second in the conference, like I mentioned, kind of struggling a little bit. Struggling out the gate. Kobe got hurt for about 4 to 6 weeks, but he did come back. And he's leading the league, or leading the team in scoring. Then you got Kevin Durant, who got hurt also. LeBron's about the only guy who hasn't gotten hurt this season so far. He's averaging about 16.7, more than what he's gotten last year. Evan Mobley doing his thing again, averaging another double-double. He's averaged a double-double for his entire career except for season 1, his rookie season. He almost did it there too. He's been a very solid player for us, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to trade him. But, I mean, if it's for Tim Duncan, I guess, can you really go wrong? Gail Goodrich at starting shooting guard has bumped up his scoring a little bit, about a point, maybe almost 2 points. Jerry Lucas has gone up in scoring a little bit more. Tyreek Evans has dropped a little bit in scoring, not too much, about averaging about the same as what he was last season for us. He's a good, solid backup. Jermaine O'Neal has jumped up the scoring. You love to see that in his 4th season here in LA. You love to see him jumping up the scoring, especially his rebounding. He's gotten a lot better at rebounding, so he's also moved up to an 80 overall. You love to see the progress there. Patty Mills doing good as a backup point guard. Eddie Moore's doing good. He's jumped up his scoring again. So all the guys have jumped up their scoring. You love to see that. The All-Star draft, it's Team Chris versus Team Hakeem. So it's Team Chris Paul, not Chris Webber. Okay. Team Chris Webber or Team Chris Paul versus Team Hakeem Olajuwon. Let's see what it is. You've got Hakeem's team is Bob Boozer, Charles Barkley, James Harden, and Stephon Marbury, with Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Dave DeBusschere, John Stockton, Steve Nash, Al Thornton, and little Evan Mobley poking his eyes out there. And then Team Chris Paul is Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, Rick Barry, and Vin Baker, Jamal Mashburn, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and Bob Love. So we get 2 All-Stars, 1 starter. Right? Do we get 2 All-Stars? Evan Mobley's down there. So we get 2 All-Stars, Kevin Durant and Evan Mobley. Kobe probably would have been an All-Star if he didn't get hurt for a little bit of the season. So that just kind of hurt him a little bit. League leaders for the entirety of the league. Chris Webber's hurt. That's why he's not a captain. Chris Paul is leading the league in scoring. Then you got Marbury, Stockton, Jalen Green. This Bucks team seems to be pretty good. Jalen Suggs is there. He's now a 92. Where's Hakeem Olajuwon if he's an All-Star captain? He's averaging 23 points per game, but he's got 13 rebounds. Is he leading the league in rebounds? Is that why he's a captain? He's not. Charles Barkley, the round mound. He's leading the league in rebounds. He's 5th. I don't know why Hakeem Olajuwon's a captain, but whatever. I mean, it's cool. Whatever it is. Also, I wanted to show you guys that I did update Steven Jackson's face. He now looks like Steven Jackson. At least his picture looks like Steven Jackson. There it is. He, in game, looks a decent amount like Steven Jackson. I mean, you can't get it all right without actually taking the 2K version of Steven Jackson, which is what they didn't do here. And he has a Suns picture behind him because I think this picture, this portrait that Steven Jackson is using right now in the game he's using is from his days in Phoenix, so that's why that's like that. He's not actually on the Suns. But I'm still feeding my faith towards Tim Duncan and Chauncey Billups. Now, how are the Suns doing in the standings? Because we have their their picks. So the Mavericks are a playoff team, but a borderline playoff team, and the Suns are the worst team in the West. Well, that's good news to us. Not the worst team overall, but the worst team in the West. So thank you, Suns, for being bad. So both our picks could be pretty high. Plus, depending on what we do with Evan Mobley, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but you never really know. Let's simulate to the end of the season, see who wins the awards, all the NBA teams, all that good stuff, and then get to the playoffs. Now, I don't know if we're going to be a threat to win a championship this year, but I think we could make a decent run to the conference finals again. Who knows? I guess I'll have to wait and see. The season is wraps, and Rick Barry is your MVP. The first time he's won an MVP. Maybe we should have drafted him. We had an opportunity to. He is the MVP, averaging about 25.5 points per game. Reggie Theis is the Rookie of the Year. Good for him. Chester Barrett is the 6th Man of the Year. Wilt Chamberlain, another DPOY, and he is on the Wizards now. He was on Boston forever. Well, not forever, for 3 seasons. And then he is taking those defensive talents all the way to DC and has won it in DC now. Tyson Ross is the most improved player. What did he go up from? From 10.5 to 15.5. Okay, I can see that. And then Oliver Gordon is the Coach of the Year, and Christian Bartlett is the Executive of the Year. We keep getting snubbed from Executive of the Year, but as you can see at top of the conference thing, we are first. We had a huge end of the season to get us first in the conference. All-NBA first team is Stephon Marbury, John Stockton, Rick Barry, Chris Webber, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Second team is Chris Paul, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Vin Baker, and Wilt Chamberlain. Third team is Steve Nash, Cade Cunningham, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, and Marc Gasol. Now, as you can see, or you may not have noticed, but I'll point it out to you, Kevin Durant's contract has changed from 2 years to 5 years. We gave him an extension at the contract extension deadline because I think Kevin Durant is going to be here for a little bit longer. And that just gives us also more security in trading him later on if we need to a couple seasons down the road. Who knows? But he's going to be here for a while, so 5 years is his extension. All defensive team. There's the first team. Here's the second team. Allen Iverson making it. Here is the all rookie first team. Here is all-rookie second team. We don't have any all-rookie players, which is okay because we got a lot of guys that take a lot of the scoring away from them. But we do... I want to check quickly. I want to check my GM stuff, my trophy showcase. So we have 5 trophies. So we have 3 Executive of the Year awards. We won one in 2024, 2025. We won in 2028, 29, and then one in 27, 28. And then we won 2 NBA Finals, or we won 2 Larry O'Briens. So that's my showcase, or that's my trophy room. My GM is looking still good. Our portfolio, 2 championships, 11 playoff appearances, and 3 Executive of the Year awards. We need to get that up. We need to win another Executive of the Year. We haven't won one for a while. Keep getting snubbed. But the final player stats of the season, Kobe led the team in scoring at point guard. Then Kevin Durant came in second. Then LeBron bumped his numbers up even a little bit more. Evan Mobley did really good. Gail Goodrich played well. Jerry Lucas, Tyreek. Looks like everybody else bumped their numbers up, especially Jermaine O'Neal. I'm really happy at the jump he took. He's now an 81 overall. He went up another overall since the last time we saw him. So I'm really happy that Jermaine O'Neal is starting to get his numbers up, because I was really worried here he was growing small gradually, but now I'm glad that he's finally taken that jump from 3.4 to 6.5. I'm glad to see the progress he's making. Hopefully he can continue to do that and become maybe our starter at center or something. I don't know. He's probably never going to be our starter at center unless he actually jumps up to like the 90s, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Final league leaders in scoring. Stephon Marbury took home the scoring title, passing Chris Paul. He kind of dropped down a little bit. Chris Webber finishes third. This is the first time in like 4 seasons that Chris Webber's not winning the scoring title. Jalen Green's got a broken leg and he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. That sucks. Sucks for him. All right, let's simulate the play-in. Who are we taking on the first round? The Utah Jazz. They have Kenny Battle, Michael Jordan, Nick Young, Herbert Jones, Dave Corzine. So I think this is the first time that Michael Jordan's maybe not made, I shouldn't say that because I don't know. I was going to say maybe the first time he's made the playoffs, but this is certainly the first time we've played him in the playoffs. Let's see how we can do. We win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. And we win game 4. We swept out Michael Jordan. All right, I'll take it. Now we go up against the Dallas Mavericks. We're going up against Steph. He's got Van Arsdale, Campbell, Bob Love, and Fesenko. I don't know who that center is, but he is on the team as the starting center. Curry's got this team. He wanted to be by himself. He wanted to carry a team by himself instead of being on this championship pedigree team as the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's see if the revenge series can happen for Steph Curry. Game 1 is Laker win. Kevin Durant's got migraines, but he still takes game 2. He's back healthy, and we take game 3, and we take game 4. We have not lost a game this playoff series or this playoff run. And we are going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Why do I keep doing that? I am an idiot. The Minnesota Timberwolves, who have all-star captain Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Hardaway, Josh Giddey, and then 2 created guys. Well, Purvis Ellison's not created, but their small forward is. This is going to be a tough matchup. This is going to be a real tough matchup. Hakeem, Giddey, and who was the point guard? Tim Hardaway. This is going to be a tough game, tough series. Game 1 is a Laker win. Game 2 is a Laker win. Game 3 is a Laker win. Game 4 is a Timberwolves win. It's a gentleman's sweep. So maybe it wasn't as tough a series as I thought it was going to be. We are really dominant in this playoff run. I didn't realize we were going to be so good. Now we're taking on the Detroit Pistons. We've played them before, but this time they don't have Bob Boozer on the team. They have Chris Paul, Moses Moody, Corey Brewer, David Lee, and Vlade Divac. David Lee, former Laker. And Chris Paul on his 3rd team now. He was on the Grizzlies, then the Mavericks, and now the Pistons. And he's been in the finals a lot. Remember, he had that 3-year run a couple of seasons ago at the beginning of the series where he was in the finals all the time in 3 years in a row and then lost 2 of them and won 1 of them. I think, let's go back let's do a little history lesson. I think Chris Paul only has one championship. They've been in the finals a lot, so let's go back down to when we started. We started here. Chris Paul made it to the finals here. He was on this Grizzlies team. They lost to the Sixers. Then they won in the next season. They beat the Celtics. He got the MVP. Then they came back the 3rd year and lost to Bob Boozer in 7 games. Then they came back again and lost to Bob Boozer back-to-back seasons. So Chris Paul was in the finals for 4 seasons in a row and lost 3 of them. That's crazy. Bob Boozer was just so dominant. And then we got our first championship the next season. then I think this is the time when Chris Paul was on the Mavericks, this era right here. They didn't make the finals. I don't think they even made the Western Conference finals. And then we won our next championship here. And then last season was the Raptors beating the Warriors, and now it's us and the Pistons again. So the Pistons right now are the most dominant team because they've got 3 championships. They're the greatest franchise so far in this series. But we're right there behind them at second with 2, and maybe this could be our third. So game 1 is a Laker win. Game 2 is a Piston win. Game 3 is a Piston win. Game 4 is a Piston win. Chris Paul really going out in this series. So game 1 we won, and it looked like Chris Paul was really the only option they had there. Then Kobe's doing really well. Kobe has been scoring a lot in this series, but Chris Paul dropped 43 in the win. Then in game 3, which is what they won, Chris Paul had 39, and we haven't really had a lot of scoring. Chris Paul's he's determined to take home this championship, but we are going to drop down to an 8-man rotation. Did that save? I don't think that saved. It did, okay. So we're going to drop down to an 8-man rotation and give everything we got to try and win this. Okay, we cannot be an 8-man rotation. We got to be a 9-man rotation. It looks like we have somebody injured, so we can't be an 8-man. Can we be a 9-man, though? Lakers have one or more players with an unplayable injury in one of the first 8 rotation spots. Okay, so who's injured in the rotation spots? Oh, it's Tyreke Evans. He's injured. How long is he out? Can I see? What's his injury? Tyreke Evans is... He's a broken right thigh. How do you break your thigh? That's not even a thing. You can't break a thigh, but whatever. We'll take his minutes away. Then we'll move him down the lineup. And we'll just auto-adjust for the minutes in here. So Durant's getting 41 minutes. Kobe's getting 38. Let's give LeBron some more minutes. Let's give some more minutes to Evan Mobley and more to LeBron. All right, this has got to work. This has got to work. Let's see if we can do it here. The Pistons might just be too much for us. Chris Paul and the boys. It looks like we're going to get absolutely shelled in Game 5. And we are. We're going to lose to the Detroit Pistons. Chris Paul gets his 2nd championship. There wasn't much we could do. He was averaging crazy numbers in the finals. And he takes home another finals MVP. So we fall. That's our first finals loss, actually. Every time we were in the finals, we won. The 2 times we were in the finals, we won. But that's the first time we've ever lost in the finals. Well, that sucks. That one, actually, no, it's not. I'm an idiot. That's the 2nd time we lost in the finals. We lost to the Pistons. We just can't beat the Pistons, it looks like. That's their 4th championship in this series. If it's not Bob Boozer, then it's the legendary Chris Paul. So we lose in the finals. That sucks. That hurts to see. We've only got 2 championships. We just can't catch a break, man. We just can't catch a break. No important retirements in terms of players. League meetings, we'll all reject these. Draft lottery, here we go. We've got the Mavs pick and we got the Suns pick. Let's see where we go. So the Suns pick is the only pick that makes the lottery. Maybe we can get lucky and jump up. Who knows? The Trailblazers go up first and they keep their pick. That's to be expected. The Nuggets are up next at 13 and they also keep their pick. It'd be crazy if somebody jumped up this high. The Raptors are up next at 12 and the Raptors keep the 12th pick. 11th pick is the Pelicans, and the New Orleans Pelicans also keep the pick at 11. Now we got to the top 10. We're getting close to our pick. The Wizards are up, and the Wizards stay at 10. Number 9, the Boston Celtics. Can the C's move up? The C's stay the same at number 9. Nobody's changed so far, but that could change right here with the 8th pick, the Thunder. They don't have any luck. Well, I'm hoping that this is our chance to get some luck here. We have a 6% chance. Lakers stay at 7. Okay. So we're not moving up. That's okay. The Heat have the 6th odds and they jump up to the top 4. The Cavs fall. That sucks for the Cavs. Hornets up now and they stay at 5. So now we got the top 4. Miami, can they do it? They do. The Kings fall. Miami's in the top 3. Here we go. Can they complete the run? They can. They're up to 2. Can the Miami Heat jump from 6 to 1? Here it is. Oh, they fall to 2. That sucks, man. They tried. They had the best, or they had the the best chance, and the Knicks get the number 1 overall pick. So we stay at 7. We also have 24 from Dallas. So Dallas ended up being pretty good, obviously because we played them in the playoffs in the second round. All right, so we have the 7th pick and the 24th pick in the NBA draft this year. And remember, this is an interesting spot. Tracy McGrady, Tim Duncan, Chauncey Billups. What do we do here? What do we do? Trade. Let's see. Can I just throw it out what Evan Mobley would be getting? Nobody even wants to throw an offer at Evan Mobley. Does anybody want Kevin Durant? Nobody wants Kevin Durant because they can't. Then nobody has anything they're willing to give Kevin Durant. The 24th overall pick's not going to get us anything crazy. But if I throw out a possible trade, let's see. What do we need? We need bench more than anything, probably. That's probably what we need. But we do got to move up. We do got to move up to because we're not going to get Tim Duncan or Tracy McGrady or Chauncey Billups with pick 7. So we got to jump up to like 3. Who had 3? Who had 3? I forget who had number 3. It was the Grizzlies who had number 3. So if we could give them pick 24, they don't want that. But if I give them a player like an Evan Mobley, that'd be very risky to give Evan Mobley. And then, because who knows, Tim Duncan could go number 1 or number 2. So that's pretty risky. I probably should try and get number 2. I don't think I can get number 1. Number 2 is held by the Heat. They want Evan Mobley. They'll give me Josh Christopher. So we could trade them pick 24, that Dallas pick, and Evan Mobley to get Josh Christopher and the 2nd pick. Josh Christopher's done pretty decent. He'd be a good backup for us. Is this the trade that we do? Evan Mobley. It's basically Evan Mobley for the 1st pick. Or for the 2nd pick, I guess. Huh. Do we think that... I mean, I'm guessing that Tracy McGrady would go at 2. Let me quickly just go to see the number 1 overall pick from the Knicks. Let me just see if they offer a counteroffer. They don't offer a counteroffer. So let's go back to the Heat and see if they offer me that same trade. Evan Mobley for Josh Christopher. Okay, good. So we got the same kind of deal. So is this the deal that we do? We move Evan Mobley to the Heat. Who do the Heat have at center right now? They have Thurman, so they could certainly use Evan Mobley. They also have Scotty Barnes and Steve Nash, but Steve Nash is always restricted. Okay, so they have a chance to bring him back. But Scotty Barnes is on a 1-1, and he's unrestricted. So they certainly could use a guy like Evan Mobley. And we could use the 2nd pick. Plus, we'd still keep the 7th pick. Do we do the deal? Let's do the deal. That could be a crazy trade that we just pulled off there. NBA draft time. I'm guessing Tracy McGrady is going to go number 1 to the Knicks. Tim Duncan goes number 1 to the Knicks. Oh my God! We just got screwed up. Tim Duncan went number 1 overall. I just got screwed. Tim Duncan was my plan. Wow, Tim Duncan just got taken. Okay. All right. Well, now how do we do this? So what we do is we take Tracy McGrady with the 2nd overall pick because that's a very obvious choice. He can play shooting guard. We'll still have Kobe at point guard. LeBron at small forward. Kevin Durant at power forward. And now we just don't have a center anymore. The Grizzlies take Keith Van Horn. The Kings take Chauncey Billups. The Charlotte Hornets take Tony Batty. Antonio Daniels goes to the Cavs, and now we're up again. Oh, I can't believe Tim Duncan went. That's so funny. That is actually so funny that they did that. So what can we get for the 7th pick? We can get a 2035 and a 2036 from the Hawks. That might not be too bad, actually. Or we could get Greg Oden. He's on a big contract. I wonder if... Ooh, there's a Nets pick. There's a Nuggets pick. Okay, so we're getting some good offers for the 7th pick. I'm intrigued by the Nuggets and the Nuggets and the Knicks. They have Greg Oden, who is an 85 overall now. He's making a lot of money. I'm intrigued. I am very intrigued by that pick or that trade. Let me go to... Can I please pull up my draft? There we go. Okay. Let me go to the prospects. And let me see if there's anybody here that I can't pass up on. Tim Thomas, we've talked about him at the beginning. Is Steven Jackson worth the 7th pick? He's Andrew Wiggins' starter. I don't think he's worth the 7th pick. I mean, no shade to Steven Jackson, but in real life, he was a 2nd-round pick. I think the best move is to trade the pick. But do we go for Greg Oden, or do we just go for draft picks? Is it even still offered? It is still offered. So we could take, straight up for the 7th pick, we could take Greg Oden off the Knicks' hands. That would give us our center. But there's also this Nuggets offer out here, where it's 2035 and 2036 first-round picks unrestricted. That's a very, very enticing offer. I think the Nuggets pick is what we got to do. 2 picks back-to-back that are unrestricted. I don't think we can pass that up. That's too good. So Tim Duncan ends up being a 79. Tracy McGrady's a 76. Van Horn's a 76. Billups is a 77. Steven Jackson ends up being a 73, goes number 9. Tim Thomas actually went to the Nuggets at 74, so good for him. All right. Was that a bad draft? I don't know. We got Tracy McGrady, so that's cool. But I really wasn't looking for Tracy McGrady. I was looking for Tim Duncan. Everybody accepts their options, which is awesome. Even Darko accepted his option. Chris Webber declined his player option, so did Penny Hardaway. Interesting. Qualifying offers. We're going to extend the qualifying offer to Kobe Bryant. They're probably going to offer him a contract. We're going to have to match it because you got him restricted. I like all those offers. We'll do that. We've got not a lot of money, but we have the bird rights and Kobe's restricted. Okay, I'm not going to screw this up. We're going to keep Kobe Bryant on the team. But let's take a look at what the roster is right now before we get any players back. So we don't have a point guard right now because we got to bring back Kobe. We have Gail Goodrich. We've got Christopher, and we've got Tracy McGrady. I'm actually going to move Christopher to small forward shooting guard so that he can back up LeBron. So let's move him to small forward shooting guard. And then he can be there in case Tyreek Evans keeps getting hurt. Or we could trade Tyreek Evans. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Then we got Kevin Durant and Jerry Lucas. And then Darko's our starting center. So we got to sign a center. That's what we got to do. We got to sign a center. Oh, we have Jermaine O'Neal. That's right. I guess Jermaine O'Neal could be the center that we go for. He could be our starting center. I know that earlier I said he probably would never be our starting center, but that was before I traded Evan Mobley. Which didn't even turn out to be Tim Duncan. So. Oh, craziness. Crazy scenes. There's not really any good point guards that we could get on the cheap. I guess we could go for Darren Collison. Let's see what happens here. Kobe Bryant's prepared to accept an offer from the Rockets. I'm prepared to match it. 4 years, 157. That's a lot of money, but he's Kobe Bryant, so we got to do that. We aren't going to renounce the rights. I'll renounce the rights on you to keep a little bit of money. Actually, don't renounce the rights on Patty Mills. I'll keep Patty Mills around. All right, we got to match that contract. I'm expecting Jermaine O'Neal to get a contract offer. All right, we move into the first day of free agency. And where's Patty Mills at? What overall is he? He's got to be in the 70s. There he is. I'll offer him a minimum contract and see what he says. So Jermaine O'Neal still has no offer. Oh, he does have 14 offers. He just hasn't accepted anything yet. Patty Mills signs. Jermaine O'Neal's accepted offer from the Raptors, so we will match that contract. Man, we are spending a ton of money. We are spending a ton of money. That's okay, though. We knew what we were getting into. We knew what we were getting into. Danny Green. Wesley Matthews. There's Eddie Moore. He's restricted. I don't think Eddie Moore is going to get a contract, so we might as well just offer him something. Yeah, let's just offer him that contract. We'll sign him back. Okay, we brought back everybody, so I didn't screw it up this time. I'm happy. We got Kobe, Darren Collison, and Patty Mills. We got Gail Goodrich, Tracy McGrady, and Eddie Moore. We've got LeBron James, Josh Christopher, and Tyreek Evans. Kevin Durant, Jerry Lucas, and Jermaine O'Neal, and Darko Milicic. So it looks like Jermaine O'Neal is going to be our starting center. How many players is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we need to sign maybe a backup big. Okay, so who's a backup big? Sam Bowie? On the minimum? We'll see what he says about that. Probably not. Andrew Bogut. Can't really do much anymore. Trey Murphy. He declined the offer. Darn you, Trey. Why you gotta decline these offers? It's not gonna get better than what you're offering right now, what we're offering you. There's Byron Mullins. I'll offer Bogut a minimum. You remember, we had the opportunity to trade for Andrew Bogut a couple of years ago. Sam Bowie decided to sign with the Spurs. Yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, so there's 14 guys. We got another backup big. Let's go to player progression, see how good these guys have gotten. So Kevin Durant stays at 95. Kobe stays at 94. LeBron's up 5 to 93. Goodrich is an 87. Jermaine O'Neal's up to an 86. So if he has a good season, Jermaine O'Neal could start to blossom. And he's still only 22 because he was so young coming into the league. Jerry Lucas is an 83. We've got Josh Christopher up to an 82. Tyreek Evans drops down. Tracy McGrady. Okay, so there's some interesting possible trades to be made here. Maybe at the end of this episode or in the start of the next one. There's some interesting things that could happen here. A lot of injuries happening in the Summer League. That's never good. All right, new season. Everybody's dropping overall because they're disappointed, I guess. But here's what the game plan's looking like. We've got Kobe. We've got, let's actually move back up to an 11-man roster. We've got Kobe, Gail Goodrich, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Jermaine O'Neal, and then Jerry Lucas, Josh Christopher, Tyreek Evans, Tracy McGrady, Collison, and Moore. We probably need another big off the bench. So it looks like Darko's going to get some minutes. Go get some minutes, Darko. You can get him over Eddie Moore. Sorry, Eddie. I know we brought you back on a contract, but we need another backup big to get some minutes. Okay. Is this a championship team? I didn't think last year's team was a championship team, but we made it to the finals. So I'm thinking this team could be good. I would probably trade Jerry Lucas, and I probably would trade Tyreek Evans. So let me just quickly, before we end the episode, just feel out a little bit of what we got going on. We got 3 first-round picks next year. Remember, we got Nuggets pick for 2036. I told you I'd get one for 2036. You guys thought we wouldn't have one. All right, so trade finder. Throw in Jerry Lucas. What can we get? What can we get for good old Jerry Lucas? We can get Nate Thurman from the Heat. Alperen Sengun, Jerry Sloan, Bones Highland, and Tim Thomas from the Nuggets. And that would be giving up Tyreek too. Not a whole lot. We can't get a whole lot for Jerry Lucas. What about if I throw in a first-round pick in 2039? Look at that. What do you think about that? Does that add any value to it? Probably not a whole lot of value. Brandon Jennings is interesting. Sengun and a 2036 first-round pick from the the Kings, but we'd also have to give up Darko. I'm basically trying to free up some money. Ersan Ilyasova, we had Ersan Ilyasova for a while. He's making more money than Jerry Lucas is. There's Jordan Hill in a 2035 first from the Warriors. That's intriguing. Jordan Hill wouldn't be too bad, would he? He's a 78 overall. 29. Jerry Lucas is 28. Is Jordan Hill on last year of his deal? Is he just a one-year rental? He is just a one-year rental. We probably wouldn't bring him back. He's been on the Warriors his entire career, it looks like. Okay. Plus, we'd be getting a 2020 or 2035 first-round pick. I don't hate that offer. Everybody's making so much money in this league now. It's crazy. Do we think the Warriors are going to be good is the big question. Because Jordan Hill can play some power forward for us. He's 6'10". He could play some backup power forward plus backup center. And we'd be adding to a pick. We would be losing $3 million, or we'd be adding $3 million off of our books. You know what? Let's move on from Jerry Lucas. He was a good run, but I think that's a good idea to move on from. Plus, we get an extra 2035 pick, so that's never a bad thing. What about Tyreke Evans? I know we just re-signed you a couple seasons ago, but can we move on from you? Darren Williams has fallen from grace. You guys remember at the beginning of the series when Darren Williams was like the best player in the league? There's Isaiah Jackson. He's got a lot of value. That's crazy. Has he been playing good or something? Why does he have so much value? He's been doing okay. Not crazy, but he's been doing okay. Patrick Beverley straight up for Tyreke Evans. That would be interesting. Saving a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Doesn't look like we can get a first-round pick straight up. I mean, we can get 2037 for Leandro Barbosa. But with the addition of Josh Christopher, it seems like Tyreke Evans is a little bit more expendable. So let's see. What do we do here? I bet if I throw in... What about if I throw in a 2038 first-round pick alongside Tyreke? Does that add a little value? We could get Nick Young, Corey Brewer, Anthony Cook. There's Beverly. But he's also given us a top 10 protected pick. I don't really want a protected pick. It doesn't look like we can get anything crazy with that pick. So if we just go straight up for Tyreke... I'm intrigued by the Leandro Barbosa trade because we'd be adding another shooting guard who could play a little point guard for us if we needed to. And right now, our point guards are Kobe, Patty Mills, and Darren Collison. Our shooting guards are Gail Goodrich, McGray. So we don't really need a guard. I'd probably do more of a big man, like a power forward or somebody who can play power forward, maybe some center. I know we just traded for Jordan Hill, but maybe the guy that can play small forward, power forward, that could be good. Like a James Johnson, but he's making money. Is he making a decent amount of money? How has James Johnson played? He's done okay for himself, I guess. But we aren't getting a pick alongside it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with a pick. We could get Darren Williams. Look at these numbers he was averaging at the beginning of his career. He was killing the game at the beginning when everybody sucked, but now that everybody's good and he's gotten older, he's kind of dropped down a little bit. And we'd also get a top 10 protected pick from the Jazz in 2036. The Isaiah Jackson one is intriguing just because of how much value he has. 3.5 star for Isaiah Jackson. We'd also be giving up Jordan Hill. And we'd be getting Joel Kramer. I don't know if that's really worth anything. But Isaiah Jackson could be a good backup big for us. Behind Jermaine O'Neal. I like this one, but just the fact that we don't need another point guard. Like, especially at a 74 overall, we don't need another point guard. So I'm really torn between the Isaiah Jackson trade and the Leandro Barbosa trade, because only for the fact that we'd be getting a 2037 pick in return. Barbosa's contract is restricted, I think. Is he restricted? He's bird. We would have the bird rights on him if we wanted to bring him back. But that 2037 first round pick could be, especially since it's unrestricted, could be pretty useful. And we don't necessarily need another small forward, especially with Christopher there. I don't know. I think I'll hold on to Tyreek Evans for another season. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to do this lineup and try to fix it. So we've got, this is our starting lineup. Then we got Christopher, Tyreek. See, having Tyreek play and Josh Christopher play just seems a little weird. I don't know. That's intriguing. I don't know what to do. Maybe you guys can let me know down below in the comments. But that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I think I recovered the team a little bit. I mean, we did trade Evan Mobley, which could end up being a mistake. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Heat and see how they do. Now that they have Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley. But I think I made the team better with the addition of Tracy McGrady in the draft. It would have been nice to have Tim Duncan, but of course the Knicks would take him with the #1 overall pick when we had the 2nd pick. But it is what it is, I guess. Season 13 is now wraps. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash that like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.